obviously being a small shop, it's super important that we're not only supporting myself, but I'm supporting the people around me, because without the people around me, I wouldn't have a shop. So, and I am connected with other small businesses. I rather do community over competition. I think that there's a place for everybody in the industry. And if we work together, we make the industry stronger. And when we don't work together, we're so busy in everybody's business trying to figure out what the other one's doing that we're forgetting like our goals and our dreams and what we want to do.
Welcome to the Wear, Wag, Repeat podcast. I'm Tori Mystic. As a dog mom lifestyle expert, blogger, and business owner, I love talking to other women in the pet industry and sharing their advice with you every week. Sit, stay, and listen to the latest episode. In this episode, I'm talking to Maddie St. Gelais, an online shop owner who is an advocate for shopping small and community over competition. Maddie has some great ideas to share about getting involved with your customers through Instagram. She strives to be on a first-name basis with many of her followers, which really brings a sense of community to her account. Her customers turned ambassadors are actually so invested in her brand's success that they created a hashtag campaign to share her wares every week. If you're struggling to grow your Instagram account, you might feel like you're actually losing money. Managing your account is taking valuable time away from your business and, let's be honest, your dog. Your pet has so many quirky delights, and it sucks to feel like you're missing them because you're always staring at your phone. Let me show you how to manage your Instagram in less time, get better results, and find more time to do what you really love. In my online course, Instagram Strategy for the Pet Obsessed, aka Inspo, I'll teach you how to create a posting schedule and stick with it, proven strategies to boost engagement, how to work with influencers or even become one, plus tech trainings that reveal hidden tricks inside the app. This might be the only Instagram course that tells you to spend less time on Instagram. That's because it's created by a dog mom, and I know all we really want at the end of the day is to spend more time with our puppies. Go to wearwagrepeat.com/inspo to learn more. Hurry up because I have some really great bonuses and they are expiring soon. Maddie St. Gelais is a self-described crazy pet mom with a graphic design background. She's passionate about helping influence her community through their pets. With her brand, Modern Companion, she's able to create meaningful products that bring the community of pet lovers together, one stylish product at a time. Thanks to constant interaction with her customers and followers, Modern Companion has brought hundreds of pet lovers together in the last year. Maddie runs her brand while working full-time as a web designer and pursuing an MBA in entrepreneurship and innovation from Clemson University. In her free time, she loves to take walks with her two Dalmatians, Domino and Blaze. Hey, Maddie.
Hey.
I'm so excited to have you here on the podcast. Modern Companion, you just started it a little over a year ago, right?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I feel like it's grown a lot in just 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, from, before me just posting pictures of my pets and, bandanas and then my friends asking about them, and then turn to now we're like serving over 500 people. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So tell us like a little bit about that story. I love to hear like the origin story of how things happen. Like you said, just posting pictures of your own beautiful Dalmatians in cute accessories and then deciding to start a company around it. So
Yeah.
like how did that come to be?
So a year and a half ago, I was, had a Instagram for my two dogs and one dog at the time. And I would make, I have a really good art background. I used to work at a craft store growing up. So I'm always like crafty and kind of a self-taught artist. And I would sew him little bandanas to wear outings, and I would take pictures in them. And then my our Instagram followers would ask me where he got all that stuff. And I was like, well, I make them. And they're like, oh, can you make me one? And then I would just kind of, make them ones. And then they were like, you should really open like your own little shop. This is really cute. And I was like, okay. And so I went on Etsy and I posted some of my stuff and I made an Instagram for, the company. And that's kind of where I thought about Modern Companion. And the reason why it's called Modern Companion is because besides dogs, I have a passion for many animals. I had a hedgehog at the time. So like when you have a companion, you think of any animal can be your companion. So that's kind of where the companion part of our brand came in, as well as the modern style. And so from there, I kind of went on Etsy, and then I kind of grew out of Etsy and onto a Shopify site. And that's kind of where it all fell into place. The same people that, I started with who told me to start the business are still with me today. And they're like, I told you, they always joke around with me.
That's so awesome. I love
Yeah.
it because I think there's so many people who make their own things and people see it and they're like, where did you get that? And they're like, I make it. But not everyone thinks to start their own business around it. So I think that's really cool that you did that and that it's growing and doing so well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really crazy.
So switching from Etsy to Shopify, do you still do Etsy at all anymore?
No, I don't do Etsy at all. I liked Etsy at the time when it was just 1 to 2 products because it's really good for people starting out and to test kind of their market. And so when I was starting to get a lot of orders and the fees that they were charging and stuff were just overwhelming, the amount that I was charging for. So I decided I needed to switch. And then having a web design background, it was really easy for me to make that transition to Shopify.
And I use Shopify for my online store too. And like, do you recommend, since you're a web designer, would you recommend that people start a Shopify store if they're looking to do e-commerce?
Shopify, it was really frustrating at me for first because Shopify uses a different kind of coding background than other stores. It's definitely easy to use. It's very user friendly. Square is another really good one. Squarespace is really good. Anything that you can kind of have both the e-commerce and web together and they can give you templates is really easy for you to create. So I definitely recommend Shopify and those other websites.
Yeah, cool. So I want to like backtrack a little bit a second because you were talking about you started making dog bandanas, but now I know that you carry a lot of coordinating things for people and their pets. You make really cute scarves and headbands and even blankets and stuff so that your whole life can kind of coordinate with your dog, which I love. What was the inspiration for that? And at what point did you decide to kind of branch out into those coordinating things?
So Modern Companion we're all about community. And our aspect is that we love your pets. I trust me 100%, I love your pets, but I really am interested in knowing the people behind the pets. And so making products for them that can go with their pets was kind of the concept that I want to bring, and being a lifestyle kind of centered with the brand and kind of the way that my Instagram and social media is set up is having, them on the photos and them interacting in those candid moments. And what better way to kind of showcase our products is having them on the humans. So that's kind of where the inspiration came by, is just kind of getting to know them and seeing what kind of products they would like that they would actually wear. And then of course, you have those in the fall, the little photo shoots that you do for like your Christmas cards and things like that. We get them all the time, and I just love seeing them, and they'll send me their cards with my products on them. And it's just a good, like, heartwarming feeling.
Yeah. And Instagram, like you mentioned, is a wonderful place to see that happen. So I have observed that, there's millions of dog accounts out there, but there's really not as many like dog mom accounts. And something about like having the person and like showing yourself, like people, of course, there's no such thing as too many dog photos. People are going to love your dog photos, but something about like seeing the people behind the account, I think it does, like you said, create more of a sense of community because you feel like you really know that person. You can like imagine them walking their dog and what their life is like, kind of. Have you found that people on your Instagram, I'm sure they like the dog photos, but do people really respond to the pictures of people in them too?
Yeah, and it's also a way for them to see what the products look like on people. Um, Another part of all of this is that, I really try my best to get on a first name basis with my customers too. Like when I talk to them and when I see their photos on Instagram, I ask them what their name is because I want to know, like, I know what their dog's name is, but like I want to know who they are so that I can address them. As well as like in our photos, we can, share and they ask who that person is. I'd be like, oh, they're in your area, like this is name, you can reach out to them. So that's kind of our sense of community is we want to get to know these people and then we want them to get to know other people through our little following. So
That's
really
really cool.
important.
I think a lot of people kind of skip over that, especially if you have a brand and you make products and you're, posting in the hopes of selling that product. I think people skip that like in between of getting to know, like asking someone's first name. That's really awesome that you do that. So, one thing that I did notice on your Instagram recently is that you use some like branded hashtags. One that I noticed was hashtag Modern Companion Monday. Can you talk about that and how you use that in your Instagram strategy?
So Modern Companion Monday, and I have to give credit because I actually didn't think of it. It was actually my brand ambassadors who I talk to on a daily basis actually came up with this concept, which just shows how strongly they are committed to my brand. Is that they were like, we should have a day when we post all like photos of Modern Companion and like have it. So one of my brand ambassadors, she started it and she posted it, and then it kind of catched on. All the brand ambassadors would start posting it, and then from there, now every single Monday, everyone kind of posts. So I have to give them credit for that.
Well, no, but
um,
I think it's a testament to what you're doing, like creating
yeah.
these ambassadors and creating this community that they love you so much that they wanted to do a hashtag just for you.
Yeah, but it's awesome because when they get like my card, we'll put on there, on Monday, don't forget to wear your gear, and then everybody kind of posts. Everyone posts every single day, but like that's kind of our special day that we'll have the hashtag, and whoever uses the hashtag will share their photo on our story. So then, other people can look at their stuff. It kind of shows off our products, but also they can kind of follow each other and get to know each other.
Yeah, that's a great way to like keep building community.
Yeah.
So one of the ways that I found your account was in the fall around Small Business Saturday. I saw a post with a sticker that said support small shops and it had a paw print on it. And I was like, I need to have that sticker. And I went on and ordered it from you. And that's kind of how we got to know each other. And now you have another sticker that says, I work hard to support my pet's extravagant lifestyle, which I immediately put on my laptop and is still there right now. But speaking about the supporting small shops, like why did you decide to kind of take that on as a mission that you post about, and how have people responded to it?
So obviously being a small shop, it's super important, and again, since we're very community driven, that we're not only supporting myself, but I'm supporting the people around me because without the people around me, I wouldn't have a shop. So, and I am connected with other small businesses. And my aspect is I rather do community over competition. I think that there's a place for everybody in the industry. And if we work together, we make the industry stronger. And when we don't work together, we're so busy in everybody's business trying to figure out what the other one's doing that we're forgetting like our goals and our dreams and what we want to do. So when I posted the sticker, and it was around, I think it was around Black Friday when, it's crazy busy and everybody's, going out and buying. And I'm like, well, don't forget about your small businesses who maybe can't compete with the bigger box stores. And that day, that response was amazing. And what we had was I had everyone share that sticker, and they went to local small businesses with the sticker and took a picture right in front and posted it on their Instagram and tagged us as well as the other small business. So it was just a really good sense of, we from our small community we started, kind of driven all over the world to see other businesses, as well as I have a t-shirt that I have that says Pet Dog Shop Local Repeat on it. And that I actually wholesale to a lot of pet boutiques in the area. They have them and all their employees wear them, and they just love it because, it's a sense of community and it's a sense of them coming into their store. And then I also get to work with them. So, and then those shirts, I also work with my local screen printer. So we kind of share. So I'm supporting someone else as well. So it just all ties in together as this one big supporting of each other.
Yeah, I think a lot of people sometimes don't realize like the like snowball effect of just supporting one person and how many other businesses and lives it impacts. One thing that you mentioned that I really love is the whole idea of community over competition. And I know that you're really passionate about being original and being creative. How do you manage kind of being inspired by others, but still, like you said, keeping your own goals in mind and kind of being creative in your own way?
I think that I can tell you it's 100% hard to not look at other people's stuff and be like, wow, I wish I could do that, but how can I do it different? It's something that I struggle with, that everybody struggles with. And I think that I just try to see, well, how does this fit in with my brand and what kind of mission that I have? And I'm all for sharing ideas with others. I have small businesses all the time, ask me questions about how I started, and I'm like full on open to, sharing them certain aspects of my business. At the same time, I want them to also learn on their own, not tell them too much information, because I want them to be able to, explore, okay, well, this is kind of how she started. How can I do it in a different way and make it my own? So I really encourage them, to kind of explore before they just jump right in.
Yeah, you're right. If you follow like someone's exact path, it's not going to be your own unique way.
Yeah. And then you kind of like, then where is your passion? Where are you trying to go with your business? So,
yeah. So, okay, you are doing a lot of things. So on top of being super passionate about pets and their people and the pet community and all of this stuff that we've been talking about, you're also a full-time web designer. And you're also pursuing an MBA in entrepreneurship and innovation. So you basically have like 3 full-time jobs. How do you juggle all of that on top of having 2 dogs and 2 cats, which you didn't even mention the kitty cats, but you've got a lot going on.
Yeah. So, and I'd like to, I would totally lie to you and say, yeah, it's all about life balance, but it's really hard. I use like Trello a lot to organize, because I forget half the time I'm supposed to do something and then I get distracted by something else 2 minutes later. So I kind of am proactive about writing everything down and keeping a schedule. Okay, I'm going to do this. I also try not to, I used to get so overwhelmed because I would get so tied up in making sure orders were going out almost every day. And I would go home from work at 5 o'clock and then would be sewing until about 11, 12 o'clock at night and sending them out and hoping, that's how it's going to keep my customer retention. When really, a week is not really affecting them. They're more than willing to wait. So I kind of pushed off that I'd only work maybe Monday night, Wednesday night, and then on Saturday. And then Sunday, I'm with my pets. I'm enjoying my life. And then, Sunday night, I kind of focus on my schoolwork. So I kind of just make a little schedule and try. I mean, some days, you're going to dip into other things and other things might go on that you have to do. But I really think that, you have to line up your priorities and not overwhelm yourself. And your customers will understand if you've built that kind of brand and community centered like I have. They'll understand if you have a thing that's going to go out a day late. And I reach out to them and I'll message them personally and be like, hey, I have so much going on, I will send this out to you tomorrow. And they write back and they're like, I totally get it, don't worry about it. So
Well, I think that's a really great point that you touch on, is just like being really clear about the expectations. So people can't be disappointed if you're like clear up front that it's going to take a week for you to make this. And you don't have to kill yourself sewing until 11 o'clock at night every night.
Hmm. Yeah, and then I also hired a contractor during the holiday season, so she helps me, and she's local, and she enjoys what she does, and she has had my products before, and her pups in them all, so, and I can help her out as well because she's a teacher.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's really amazing. So,
yeah.
that's great to be able to hire someone and kind of help support them, especially during the holidays when everybody wants a little bit more cash.
Yeah. Yes.
And, our dogs, especially, their budgets are always through the roof.
That sticker, it makes sense every day now.
It's like I laugh every day because I do have it on my laptop and I see it every single day and I'm like, yep, got to keep working because dogs, they need those like special organic supplements and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was like, when I just got my tax refund, I was like, yep, this is probably going half towards my dogs.
Yeah, definitely. So speaking of your dogs, tell us about how they came into your life.
Yeah, so I always had small dogs growing up, and then I had my hedgehog through college, and then I actually
How did
was
you decide to get a hedgehog, and what is it like having a pet hedgehog? Because all I know is Sonic the Hedgehog.
I got a hedgehog because it was probably the only thing in college that I could really have. And I lived off campus too, so I didn't have them in the dorms or anything like that. And because I guess they're like my spirit animal in a way. They like to sleep all day and work all night, and I'm like a night owl. So, um, and yeah, they were very easy to take. He's very easy to take care of. He would, like a hamster, he had a wheel and everything like that. So, yeah, he unfortunately had cancer last year, so he
Aw.
passed away. But he was awesome, and he was like a big part of Modern Companion, and I'd only show him on my Instagram. So, yeah. And then so we're very energetic, involved people, and a Dalmatian obviously is pretty active and requires a lot of attention, like its owner. And so I definitely wanted a dog that I could go hiking with, that I could bring to like events and things like that. And they are the perfect animal for that. So I got Domino. He's about a year and a half, and he's super smart. He like knows all the tricks. He like knows how to like hug his brother. We've taught him all these crazy things. And then we got Blaze last year. He's about 10 months. And they're half brothers. And two has definitely been better than one. I could tell you that, because there's busy nights when I just need to do stuff and they like run around and chase each other, and I don't have to like go in the backyard and chase Domino around anymore. So
Yeah, I love having two dogs. I've almost always had two. There was like two, like a year and a half or 2 years or something where I only had Lucy, and it's just like too quiet. I kind of like the madness.
yeah. And they're very good for photo shoots and stuff because they're so like there, and they're really attractive when you post like pictures of them. It catches your eye as you're scrolling. So
Yeah,
they make the perfect models.
They do. And I think Dalmatians are kind of rare. Like you don't really see them that often. And,
Yeah.
Especially on Instagram, I don't think they really pop up that much. They probably do for you because your algorithm is probably like all Dalmatians all the time. But in my feed, I don't see them that much, but they're so striking and so beautiful.
Yeah, they're pretty crazy. That's why they're not anywhere near me right now, because they probably would just bark.
Yeah, but like you said, you do kind of incorporate them into the business as your models, and do you take them both when you go and do markets?
Yes,
How
I
do you
do.
manage that?
My boyfriend comes and helps
Okay.
me.
I was gonna say.
Domino does not like to stay in the tent. Like, he refuses to stay in the tent. He loves people. So he'll sit outside the tent and sit there and wait for people to come by and pet him. Like, that's all he'll do all day long. And the other one, they're like total opposites. It's really funny. Like, he'll like go and sleep in the crate, like, and that's it, like the whole time.
Yeah.
And like not even move. And I'm like, are you okay?
But it sounds a lot like Bert and Lucy. I took them. There was a dog-friendly indoor market that I went to last weekend, and I wasn't working it. I was just shopping it. And Bert is like rubbing up against everyone, and his nickname is Bert the Flirt because he just like rubs up on everyone. And then Lucy went and lied down with like her face down on the ground and was just like looking up at the sky, like, whoa, what are we doing here? And I was like, this is just like, you can really see how different their personalities are in a setting like that. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's definitely, Blaze was a lot harder to train than Domino was. Like, we just learned that they're just not the same dog at all.
Yeah. I mean, they're just like people, you know? And that's why, full circle, that's why it's fun to get to know all the people behind the dog accounts and kind of see, you always hear people say that you look like your dog or vice versa. But I think that like deeper down, like you have similar personality traits to your dog.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely stubborn and my dog is 100% stubborn.
Yeah. Lucy's a little sassy and I would say I am too. Bert's way more social than I am. Like, he's very outgoing, and I guess he can handle the socialness for our whole family.
My dog, Domino doesn't like baths.
Oh.
So when we come back from the dog park, they know that they get baths. So I have to get them up the stairs, and he'll sit at the bottom of the stairs and won't move because he knows he's getting a bath. And like, you have to pick this dog up and bring him into the bath because he will not move at all. Like, he's so smart, but so stubborn.
Too smart for his own good.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, Maddie, it's been so much fun talking to you. I think you've shared so much great insight and inspiration for everyone listening. Tell everyone who's listening where they can find you online.
Yeah, so you can find us on Instagram. That's mostly where we are. It's Modern Companion, or you can go onto our website, which is themoderncompanion.com.
And get some of those stickers, everybody. And you sell other things too, but get those Shop Small stickers and go out and show people where you're shopping small. It's just fun. What did you like most about this episode? Find me on Instagram at TMystic and let me know what intrigued you or what questions you have about starting or growing your own dog-inspired business. You can also screenshot this episode and tag me in your stories. I love to see who is listening out there. Some of the best conversations happen after the episode, right? So track me down over on Instagram or join the Wear, Wag, Repeat Labs Facebook group to connect with other dog-obsessed entrepreneurs. And as always, you can find all the links and resources discussed in this episode at wearwagrepeat.com/podcast. See you back here next week.